Listen, I'm cutting the music out quick because there's not going to be a lot of show here. I'm here. It's going to seem like I'm stepping on an anthill a little bit. But I'm here to defend my YouTube reputation, at least behind the scenes, my military reputation, and of course, my friends' reputations. Not just Jeff, because I actually heard more of it, and it was basically an attack on the entire team. All this stuff will be uploaded separately. Some of it's already on SoundCloud right now. I apologize for not being super entertaining. Be happy to take your calls right afterward. You can talk about anything you want. If this it was Sniper Wolf, whatever. It doesn't make a difference to me. But I'm doing this because I have to protect myself. This is the platform that I have, and it's the only way I'm bringing in money right now. And there's a bunch of lies that I can prove that have been spread about me. But this is not a roasting, and I apologize. You guys want to call in? That's fine. I just need this as really a matter of public record. I've done this before, and I apologize. Okay, here's the situation. Here's the two guys involved. This is, on the guy on the right, you're seeing Kenny Morrison. On the guy on the right, you're seeing Jack Millay. First, Kenny Morrison. Kenny Morrison was a volunteer for me for a better part of pretty much from September when I met him of 2015 up until about September. Yeah, about 12 months. So he was actually a team member. He has a channel called the, not a network like he says, he has a channel called the Foul Mouths Network, which he was trying to boost sort of a shock jock type network. We're both big fans of Howard Stern. We had a lot of common. We didn't even grow up all that far from each other. And he, basically, to try to make a long story short, Kenny has a real problem with TommyNC. He's told me privately, and he's made it very much publicly known. As a lot of you know, I came to prominence with an argument with Keemstar about TommyNC. All right, so he does not believe that TommyNC actually was crying in his video. All right, and neither do I. Now, I've never made that public because I've made it pretty fucking clear that I'm a little biased towards TommyNC because Tommy is my friend. All right,
it doesn't matter.
All right, yeah, that really doesn't matter. To jumpstart, or when he came to me and he said, "Could you do an interview on your channel about you?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, no problem." Which I've done on everybody else's channel, or pretty much even smaller YouTubers that I didn't know. During this interview with Lucky and Kenny and I forget the other guy's G or whatever the other guy's name, I was really pummeled about questions of hypocrisy with TommyNC. They gave me an example where TommyNC was hypocritical, and I basically explained it up to this. Look, some of the things that Tommy does that does look hypocritical is probably has a lot to do with his disability. And then I'd even say, guys, he's autistic. God, he's autistic. And this went on conservatively for about 20 minutes, anywhere between 15 and 20 minutes, which, by the way, Kenny, right now, I'm asking you, release that interview of me. Please release that interview of me. I dare you. You're not going to do it, but I dare you. So it basically ended when I said, look, the guy's autistic. If I seem like there's a double standard, there is, because I have a double standard for people that are disabled. I've said this many times before. I fired one of my own before, publicly on the air by a guy named Dave Rose. All right? Mm-hmm. Within a couple days, Kenny had recorded a podcast a day earlier. I got a call from Frenchie Ben. He said, "You are not going to like this," right? He goes, "Kenny, he had a lot to say about TommyNC." I was like, "Yeah, I know. He fucking thinks Tommy's a big fraud, or whatever." I was like, No. It's a little worse than that. And I listened to it, and all I needed to listen to 3 seconds because fucking Kenny's anger, hate, and jealousy came out. How fucking dare you fucking look for sympathy on the internet? I gotta go out and I gotta. By the way, this all has been taken down, so I'm give me some artistic license. How dare you? I gotta go out and work every day and I gotta do this and you're fucking begging for money on the internet. All right, here's the deal. The only bit of truth that Kenny is told, the only slight bit of truth is I gave him an ultimatum. He either takes that video down about Tommy or he can be off my team. He claimed censorship, which is impossible because I'm not a government agency. But
well, your reputation was it.
Yeah, and my reputation was it. Because think about this, guys. I get famous, so to speak, through defending TommyNC. And I have one of my own guys that says they're on the Shot from the Point team bashing TommyNC. Not criticizing, bashing him. bashing him. I can't have that. Can you imagine if Keemstar put me on Baited and I went on and said, you know what? Keemstar's right about fucking everything. Tommy's a big fraud. Well, guess what? I'd have been a fucking sellout, and I couldn't have one of my guys do that. Now, he's claimed I was censoring him. Well, here's the thing. In some sense, he's right, because I told him this. You can be on the team, or you can be you could be on the team and get rid of that video criticizing Tommy, and fucking nasty, too. I'm not saying, like, I think he faked it. It was like, how fucking dare you? Or you can go. Kenny went on, and he told everybody that I fired him. Well, this is the first lie we can debunk right off the bat. I didn't
no problem at all. Team member?
He actually quit, and this is something that he gave to Dave. Here we go.
No problem at all. Team member? I haven't been a team member. I've been fucking dicked around and treated like fucking garbage and disrespected from day one. So that's okay. You don't need to remove me as a team member. I'll remove myself. I'll take the fucking video down, and I'll remove myself as a team member so you guys don't have to deal with it. No problem at all. We'll cut all ties. I really could give two fucking shits, to tell you the truth. Okay? I valued you as a friend. You want to attack me for saying what I said on my shit?
Actually, the funny part is this isn't a message to B. It's a message to Dave. Dave didn't attack him at all. Dave was just trying to explain to him that you can't attack Tommy like that and be associated with Shot from the Point.
We were having a three-way conversation on Facebook at the time. I was talking to Tommy, and we were both talking to Kenny at the time.
And you can't. And if you guys think I'm a fraud for that, well, I'm sorry. That's tough. I've always had a double standard for Tommy, and I will continue.
That's fine. Attack me for it.
Unabashedly.
I didn't call the kid a retard. I didn't fucking spew hate on him.
You did spew hate on him. He didn't call him a retard, but he did spew hate.
Tell people to unsub to him.
Who cares?
I said my feelings and my point of view, and that's exactly how I felt. You want me to take it down for some fucking weird reason? I'll take it down, no problem. And I'll take myself out of you guys' team because I haven't been on a team anyway, so it's no problem.
If you listen to Jack and if you listen to Jack and Kenny's podcast about me that came out in the Foul Mouths Network, that's not what he says. He says that I canned him. He was given an ultimatum, and that absolutely had to happen. I couldn't have. Now, Kenny is entitled to feel any way he wants about TommyNC. He can hate him, he can love him, he can think he's a fraud. But guess what he can't do? He can't be a nasty son of a bitch and be on my team. He is not entitled. He's entitled to think what he wants. He's entitled to say what he wants, but he is not entitled to be a part of this team and say what he wants. That's it. And by the way, all these other fucking guys, all these guys, like Dave, Jeff, Real Talk, they've been told. He's off the hook. I don't care if he's fucking. I don't care. I honestly don't care if there's a double standard, and these guys know that. You got to take it easy on Tommy. And you know what? I take it easy on any of my friends. Period.
It's fairly agreeable too, because most people just don't fuck with people who have disabilities, even if you want to fucking try to justify that he's high functioning, even though you've never talked to the guy.
You never have.
I have. I have more. Here's the thing that bugs me. I know you want to keep going, Tommy. I'm really sorry, but I do want to make this very clear. I have more insight on Tommy's condition than Kenny and even Tommy C. All right? And I've explained shit to Kenny, and he just simply didn't fucking get it. This did not need to go to this fucking level. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. The guy has an axe to grind, and it's borderline fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Tommy is disabled. He's going to do strange and weird things that contradict each other. And me and Dave have more than accepted that, you know?
Yeah, every 4 o'clock in the morning phone call that I get, yes, I accept.
He also Kenny's dumped an exposed Kenny's dumped an exposed tape on me where he has me recorded saying that I don't think Tommy was crying in that particular thing. Which I be honest with you, I don't think it was me. I always believed that somebody else put him up to it. You can go check it out, who it is and what have you. But even in that tape that exposes me, I don't know 100%. I've never been told that he fucking faked it, but I was a little suspicious that he faked it. Now, what I said in the end of that, I think it was a little like the Basher Keemstar situation, where Basher said something like, man, at least I got the fucker in the ass. And Keem was like, you gotta fucking say that. Oh shit, my tape doesn't work. Let's reenact that. Now, Keem got caught and he came clean. This is a very similar situation. I think he called up Joe Cronin, let's put it out there, crying. Joe told him, why don't you just go fucking do what you did, but do it on tape. Right? And I think that's what more than likely happened, right? My issue with Keemstar was the fact that he was saying he wasn't autistic. He is.
Called
He
him a fraud.
absolutely is. Tommy can't read. He can't read.
Or write. He's illiterate. And
He's completely illiterate.
He's completely fine to say.
And he has all sorts of devices that can actually read and write to him before you say, well, how the hell does it get a computer? Yeah, come on. It's 2016. All right. Here's another thing. A lot of the other part was I fired. The other one was that I never plugged him, and I was never part of the team. Well, this is going to sound a little bit different because it's not true. Not only does he thank me for thank Dave for me for plugging him, which is completely insane. He trashes his own guys and basically he does what he accuses me of doing as far as ordering my staff around.
Yeah, man. It's fucked up because I guess, you know what it really is, and I'll be honest with you, it's that, you know, you guys have helped me out tremendously and by pushing everything along.
Bingo. I plugged them.
And I think these guys see this now and they're like, holy shit, like he's got like, you know, all these guys that he knows. And I've been telling these guys for months, you know, before they even watch YouTube, guys, I'm hooking up with these guys on YouTube. They're good guys. Check them out. They really got their shit together. They got great shows.
Yes, that never felt a part of the team?
You know, keep pushing them to you and pushing them to them and pushing you guys to them, sorry. And finally, like, you know, about 2 months ago, they started watching, and then, you know, all right, yeah, maybe, and then, you know, one of them says they want to do a podcast, and one thing leads to another, and, you know, they asked me, and that whole nine, and, like, the first 2 episodes, they were great, and, like, I, you know, kind of controlled the flow of it. I listened to your after the first one, and I really, like, told...
By the way, that pause... You only get on Facebook. You only get that 160 seconds to record. So basically, it was continued. So yes, that was edited.
Them, right? You know, it's, you know, G, my producer. I was like, you only talk like once in a blue moon, and Lucky Low. That's like the third guy. You know, you come in, you know, in between the banter of me and my buddy Mike, who's on there, the Filthy Mouth Gamer, and everything worked out like that. But then after the 3rd episode, and we went to make the 4th one, they seen how you guys were pushing us, and I did your show.
Again, he admits to a plug that I never used to give him.
Is it push same as plug?
Yeah,
sure?
pretty much. You
sure.
push, we were pushing him,
plug,
plugging him, or as they say nowadays, shout out.
Advertisement.
Yeah.
And blah, blah, blah. And then I think my brother-in-law, who's, you know, my producer, he's a Polak, and, you know, I mean to be, you know, to speak bad about him, but he is kind of got like this dumb side to him. And I think what he thought was, oh, this is...
Yes, he just called his brother-in-law a dumb fucking Polak.
This is my perfect
I'm
opportunity.
Polish.
Yeah. Well, you're a dumb Polak.
To push my guy, push my character. So, like, you don't even understand what he fucking did to me during the show. I had to stop the whole show and tape it all over again. He fucking comes out of nowhere and goes, yeah, we're talking about something totally different. He goes, yeah, what about Kanye West? So I stopped the show. I go, stop. Just stop. Everybody stop. Stop taping. Stop talking. I go, let me ask you why you just changed a perfectly good subject we're talking about with something that I was going to bring up 2 segments from now. Like, he really fucking, like, he killed a whole show. Killed it. Like, fucking totally killed it. I couldn't even do it no more, dude. To be honest with you, I was like, oh my God, really? And then there was a couple other things where I was, like, kind of explaining something to them, and they just weren't getting it. And I was like, guys, this show is not for us. It's not for our entertainment. It's for people's entertainment. Let's try and remember that, because the way that they were talking back and forth when I wasn't speaking, and I would give them a little time to talk back and forth, it was like, it wasn't even like for entertainment value. It was like a real discussion that they would have, like, bullshitting. You know?
I do give my guys certain instruction, but I don't ever given them that kind of destruction, which is basically his whole fucking narrative that I'm this over demanding, and I tell my staff. Now, I do leave notes, and I'll say, listen, guys, here's what we got to expect in the A, B, and C. Watch this video. All right? I do that. But I don't think I've ever sat down and like, look, this is about the entertainment of the fans. You got to think this way. I don't do that. I've never fucking done that.
I don't think there's even a problem with him saying that.
No, if it's the way he wants to order around his guys.
If he wants staff from his team, that's completely fucking fine. But that's his entire narrative for problems with Tommy.
That's the entire thing against Tommy.
Yeah, like the thing is, he actually does what he accuses me of. Am I in charge?
Yes, which is entire. And how much of that fucking video was about you being a hypocrite? That's why we're playing this, because a hypocrite can't possibly fucking try to call it hypocrisy on this level. It makes absolutely no sense. And it just pisses me off that it got to this point.
All right. This is protecting my YouTube image. The next part is, I don't know, should I do fucking Jack next? Nah, we'll do them both. Fuck it. This is Jack Malay. Let's get back there. This is Jack Malay. He also did a Monday show. It's called Malay Mondays in the Crease of Tommy C. He did it with an entire year. He was fucking excellent. He did a great job for me, and what have you. Now, as you all know, we started to switch formats from hockey to drama and hockey, which is, by the way, ending pretty soon. I'll give you all the information on that really at the end of the show. This was really an opportunity to promote a lot of my friends. Now, Jack Malay, this is a part that I fucked up. I scheduled him on a Monday, which is the only day he could be on with me. I also double booked Clown, and guess what? When I realized it, Clown got the nod for obvious reasons. I just met him, and I mean, Jack was on all year. Clown was on once, and let's face it was going to bring me more hits. Jack got pissed off at me, rightfully so. I fucking took full responsibility for it, and I said, "Can I get you on next week?" He's like, "No, I can't get on next week." What about the week after? The week after that was a show where we did a show about Leafy or criticizing Leafy. A lot of Leafy's fans called in, and it was fucking hysterical. I'd call in, I'd yell at the callers. I did my whole stupid act. It was fun. It was funny. You could see in the video that this really, really bothered Jack. He got really fucking angry, and he did what's called a no-sell. Like, he didn't laugh. He didn't enjoy. He didn't want to freaking be there, right? So when I recognized that, I said goodbye to everybody. I closed the show, okay? And you guys can go back and visit all this stuff because all of it's archived right here. Jeff was there, and I immediately said to him, I was like, "Look, dude, you can't do that." I was like, I understand if you don't want to do the drama thing. Because, by the way, he told me to be careful as Keemstar, that he didn't want me to ruin a good thing, and all this other stuff. He was not happy with the whole Keemstar situation. So I just assumed, like, look, the World Cup of Hockey starts in September. We'll push it. Well, we'll push you to September. All right, bud? And you can freak out about this stuff. But please, you can't do that. Is that the tone I took with him, Jeff?
Yeah.
That was 100%. That was it. I hung up the phone.
I mean, and the worst reaction is no reaction.
Yeah, well,
and that's what he gave you.
He wasn't happy. He wasn't happy. He didn't like what I said. He was like, yeah. Okay, but I wasn't like I was picking on him.
That's cool. It's not his cup. It wasn't his cup of tea.
It wasn't his cup of tea, and that's all good. We could really because he was really good. He was fantastic for us. He did a really, really great job. He's a smart hockey guy, and he's a talented guy. There's no doubt about it. Okay. So right after I get off the phone, I get a talk from Real Talk, who eventually comes. I think he might even be part of our staff at that point. And Real Talk says this: fire him. Immediately, it's like, no, I can't fucking fire him for that. He's like, well, just put him on the hockey stuff. You know, Frenchie Ben doesn't want to do the drama stuff either. He's like, fire him. He's going to be a pain in the ass down the road or bite you in the ass. That's exactly what he said. And I said, no, dude, because I can't justify firing him to the public. And he goes back and basically does what he's doing right now. And then he would have had a case. So I said, no, we'll keep him. We'll push him out to hockey season. It's only in a couple months. That's it. So, but Real Talk told me, and I probably should have done it, get rid of him immediately, that he couldn't be trusted. And I was like, no, dude, he just doesn't like drama. My mistake. Probably won't make it again. All right, Here's the deal with Real Talk. Or excuse me, here's the deal with here's the deal with Jack. I get a message from Jack, right? I get a message from Jack. Have you thought about moving your show to a later time slot, like 5 Eastern? And I said, no, because that's 11 o'clock my time. Oh, I didn't realize it was that late, which I'm sure was true. I'm starting teaching at the end of August, and I won't be getting home until like 5 Eastern time. So I'm going to end up missing everything. All right? I didn't want to lose him at this point. And here's what I said. I think I might end up adding a weekend hockey that's not like in the crease. I'll keep you updated. All right? We'll get back to this in a minute, right? I never got back to him, and I was very insincere about doing something with Jack, because like I said, Jack was a really valuable guy. The problem is, shortly after that, he unfriended me on Facebook, he unfollowed me on Twitter. Now, if you unfollowed me on Twitter, Two Tolls in the chat unfollowed me on Twitter, because he doesn't like the drama shit. So that's immediately what I saw. But we also are Facebook friends, and he fucking unfollowed me there, okay? And then he unfollowed Jeff, and then he unfollowed Dave. And then he unfollowed.
No, he didn't unfollow me. No,
he didn't unfollow you. Okay, I apologize then.
Not until later. Not
yeah,
later.
that's
I was the one that he kept in for some reason.
Okay, all right. Okay, so
I don't know if
it's
I've
the
even
entire
checked, to be
team.
completely honest.
What's that?
I don't know if I've even checked, to be completely honest.
Could you check right now so I don't look like an idiot, you dummy?
Huffman's a savage.
Well,
he gives zero fucks.
I mean, for you to look like an idiot, that's not hard.
Oh, shut up.
Boom. Well, you know what? He's owed that for how terrible we treat him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's we're getting into Jeff next.
I don't get to voice my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my Twitter's being a.
All right, fuck it. Yeah. He didn't just unfollow me. Unfollowed Frenchie as well. All right, because I can confirm those two, myself and Frenchie. We found this out around August. All right. So to us, the last thing he says to us is he can't be a part of the program. Then he unfollows everybody, not just on Twitter, but on all social media. So I took this as he don't want to be a part of it. Period. Doesn't matter if I'm doing hockey. Doesn't matter if I'm doing drama. I never said shit. I never said anything. All right, he's mad at me. Doesn't like me anymore. Whatever. That's fine. We can go move on. We can go move on. That's it. And I didn't hear from him until after my channel started blowing up. Look at the last thing I have. It's July 7th. I then hear from him again on October 19th. It's about a week after I did my hockey fantasy show where Dave said, hey, do you want to keep Jack Malay? And I was like, no, I think that he's not going to be a part of it because he's basically told us he doesn't want to be a part of it without saying so. All right. He didn't give us any explanation. He just upped less. I think it's completely reasonable for me to come to the conclusion after being unfriended on social media, my team members being unfriended on social media, that he didn't like us anymore. I think that's a completely reasonable explanation. But when Jack saw some of the numbers that we're doing, by the way, around October, I'm getting friggin' like 1,000 subs a day. I mean, I was blowing up. I think on the 28th, I passed, a little after the 28th of September, I passed 10,000 subs, which in 2 weeks I was over 20. And so things were going really, really well. That's when Jack popped up out of nowhere, right? And he didn't contact me privately. He contacted me publicly and on Twitter. And he said, hey, so when am I going to be on the show? I decided to ignore this, and because I felt at the time that he was only contacting me due to the fact that the channel was blowing up, and he had basically made it abundantly clear that he didn't want anything to do with me. This kept up. It didn't stop, and I kept ignoring it. It went on to calling me a coward. He suggested that I was blowing off my old friends because now I was on a big podcast called Baited, and I shut up. I didn't say a word, but that didn't stop him. That didn't stop him at all. So let's look at this tweet again. I didn't blow him off. In fact, the last tweet or DM is to him. The last one is to him, and then I hear from him again. That's it. There's nothing in between that. So I think I had a good reason to be sort of afraid how honest he was being with me, or he just wanted to get hooked up to help his own channel, which wasn't fair. That's bullshit. You don't get the reward if you fucking abandon me. That's bullshit. It's not fucking fair. So I didn't answer him. He got out of control. Dave stepped in and said, look, what's your problem? He said, I want an explanation on why I'm back, why I'm not back, which I find completely fucking ironic because he didn't offer me the same, he didn't give me the same fucking respect. He didn't say, I unfriended you and I'm gone and here's why. He just left. So now I owe him an explanation. When he didn't show me the same courtesy. He went on to say, the reason that he unfriended me, and these are incredible reasons, there were several. One, that I threatened to call the police on David HD. Well, actually, I did call I called the police on David is Gaming HD, and he didn't want to be dragged down with that. If you haven't known, me and him got in a big... David did threaten me, and he threatened my channel. I called the police. You can go back and look at it. Yeah, I called the police on David. We're cool with David now, but I called the police on David, right? I think David called the police on me. I don't understand why a guy in Germany, right? I don't get this. A guy in Germany calls the police on somebody in Scotland and that's returned, how that's going to affect you negatively in Illinois. But that being said, had he come to me and said, look, this is too much for me. I don't want anybody finding out. I would have honored that, but he never did. The other excuse was this. His daughter was born. Okay. Had he come to me and told me his daughter was born, that he couldn't be on the channel and he had to unfriend us on social media, what was I going to do? Not honor it? Yeah, sure. And at least that way I could have brought him back because I would have known the fuck was going on. There was a third reason, that his kids, yes, he's a school teacher, which, by the way, we kept quiet. We were not told to talk to his school teacher. They were all fans of Keemstar, and he was afraid because I was connected to Keemstar that would hurt his chances of getting a job or whatever, right? But again, he didn't tell me. He came back in October and demanded an explanation for me that he did not give the courtesy of the same. He did not give the same courtesy to me as far as an explanation of why he left. So naturally, I'm suspicious. In fact, I flat out don't believe him. I think all three of those reasons are stupid to unfriend somebody and not to let them know why. Nothing is there. You know why? Because he had no plans on coming back. He saw the numbers I was doing even on In the Crease, which was like 100 at the time, and he saw the numbers I was doing in Subwise. He wanted back in, and that's, I think, a completely reasonable assumption to come to. July 7th, October, around hockey season. I think that's completely reasonable. Here's another thing. And again, David Gaming HD. I know you're still blocked in here. I'll unblock you eventually. Don't worry about it. We're not trying to dig up old shit.
I don't think you're ever going to pronounce his name right.
David is Gaming HD. Whatever. I'm sorry, dude.
He did it.
We're going to drag up. Look. We're gonna whatever. We're gonna drag up some old shit about you. I want to make this 100% clear. David has apologized for everything, man the fuck up, and basically head on, and he did it the right way. We have no issues with David anymore. Things got fucking out of control, but he did do something wrong, and it basically kills one of Jack's major frigging arguments, right? Now, I didn't hear this at the time. Jack said on the podcast that the reason that one of the extended reasons that he didn't tell me or he didn't let me know or it wasn't a fuck you was because that Pure, our close friend moderator, was called a pedophile by David is Gaming HD, which is true. It's 100% true. Now, like I said, David did something wrong. He's manned up to this. All right. And Pure wrote this. I never thought that I would go this low. David is Gaming HD. It's not bad for you, but I don't have a platform to defend myself. Check the date on that, October 11th. He left me in July. He used this as one of the reasons that he didn't want to go back and couldn't tell me. The problem with that, Jack, is it hadn't happened yet. You were afraid of something that had not happened in July, August, September. It hadn't happened until October. Again, look at this. July 7th, October 19th, right? And yesterday on Kenny's podcast, he says that this is what he was afraid of. It hadn't happened yet. So there was nothing to be afraid of because it never happened and you were already gone and you already weren't interested. Actually, I think by this point, he was DMing me and then sending me a tweet telling me what a coward and a piece of shit that I was. That's it. All right. Yeah, this is going to take 10 minutes,
don't
right?
You just hate facts? Don't you hate them?
Yeah.
Aren't they just a bitch?
Yeah.
The truth sucks.
Yeah, I know.
Look at Hillary.
Last but not least, and Jeff's going to take it off after this. Jeff, again, I defended myself on YouTube. Now I'm going to defend my friend. And that's my military thing, which is pretty easy to do. All right? This is Kenny. This is Kenny and Jack basically ripping the whole team apart.
Tommy C. And I didn't ever had a problem with him. I just unfriended him because he was going to the police department over this David is Gaming thing. And he was like, I was like, I'm on his show. I'm on his show all the time. I don't want to get roped into anything.
Again, I just want to make clear. And had he told me, look, I don't want to get roped into anything, he didn't offer me anything. He just disappeared.
So I'm just trying to give myself a little bit of separation here till this thing blows over. And then, but he took it as me saying fuck off, and that totally wasn't even the case.
Well, I don't know how else to say it. I don't know how else to take that because you didn't come back until I was blowing up.
Yeah, and I think also he don't want anybody else as good as him in his mind doing the same thing he's doing. Like, he wants to put people around him that he's a step better than in his mind.
Oh yeah, well yeah, and not to talk shit, but I think that's why you have people like Jeff Huffman who just sit there for 40 minutes. And
by the way, I have a tweet from Jack that's saying he didn't say anything rotten about Jeff or my friends. That's fucking rotten. That's not just an attack on me. It's an attack on Jeff and everybody else. That I deliberately put Jeff...
I'm not chewing gum right now. Live.
That I deliberately put Jeff... Because he sucks, and I need to feel so important to about myself. I think...
Yeah, I'm way better than Tommy on a daily basis.
I don't think that's the case, especially since Matt Kazar kind of stole the show all last year.
Say nothing.
Exactly. I know the trick. It's kind of like when you're the real ugly fucking person and you surround yourself with uglier people, you look a little bit better.
No, Jack, you had nothing to do with it. If anything, at very least, you're accessory. But you did have something to say about Jeff. Not to talk shit, but I did. about Jeff. Jeff didn't do fucking anything, and I don't have Jeff on for any other fucking reason about that. A, he's my friend, and I think he does a great job. Is everybody a super professional? No, we're all fucking amateurs. I just got lucky.
You know what I mean? And that's exactly what he's doing. And I think a guy like you, a guy like me, a guy like these guys that I work with, a guy like Billy Ricky, who I know, who's on YouTube, these kind of guys who are talented people, they can only last so long with Tommy C, because after a while he says to himself, fuck, I feel threatened by this person. I feel like if I keep doing a show with them, people are going to be like, well, what about them? I want to hear about.
Well, you guys have a heighted fucking opinion.
Well, if I suck, how am I going to overtake you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, to be honest with you, the best guy on the show last year for 2014-15, and I think everybody could agree with this, right? 15-16 was Matt Kazar. Better than me, better than everybody. Go check my fucking flashbacks, and I can and he was the most entertaining. I think nobody is even comfortable fucking saying that because it's just a fucking fact. He was really, really good, right? That doesn't mean Jeff sucks. That doesn't mean I put fucking people around me. And what an inflated opinion of yourself to sit there and say that I would do something like that and get rid of you guys because you're so scary fucking talented. Here's the truth.
That's how delusion works, Tommy. Yeah, that's what the American Idol fucking
Here's
thing.
the truth.
They don't want me because they know how good I am.
Yeah,
what the
well,
fuck is that, man? Grow the fuck up.
Yeah, here's the truth of the whole situation. Kenny was booked for I don't know how many shows that it must have been at least a half a dozen that he blew off. He only did about 3 or 4 the whole year. I didn't get 6 hours of work with him if you don't count the song parody that he recorded for me, right? And I don't know how long that took, but I did not get 6 hours
work hours. By the way, to be fair, brilliant.
Now he said that I never put him on, but the thing is, everybody knows the rule in the show. You have to tell me when you want to be on. You basically say, Tommy, are you available?
Since this Team Star thing took off,
yeah.
And you're basically unaccessible.
I'm unaccessible. I have a place where you can leave a message,
say that.
And you can say, "Is everything open? We have a slot open because there's 2 slots per show." All right, and I said, and yes, Kenny never asked. In fact, no, he went to Real Talk and said, and kind of gets that I wasn't put him on the show. Real Talk came to me. He's like, "I don't think you're giving guys a fair shot." I was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean? He's just got to let me know. Well, he's letting you know right now." I was like, "Okay, fine." The week that he quit, he was on 2 out of the last 3 Shot from the Point lives, which is on Sunday, which is our big show. 2 out of 3. The message that you get from
one of them, didn't the internet go to hell?
Yeah, one of the that was another thing that he said that when he was really good, I'd hang up on him or something like that. Well, Mackenzie figured that one out. You can go check those old things.
Oh, we were getting DDoS.
Yeah, that was it. Right, or something. I don't remember exactly, but here's the thing: I didn't hang up on him because you could clearly see on Skype trying to reconnect the call. All right. I'm going to show you guys this just to fake it prove this. When you hang up on somebody, I'm hanging up on you, Jeff, by the way. Okay. When you hang up, because because you're the fucking second fiddle. What do you want? Maybe fucking Kenny's right. This is what happens.
Third fiddle.
Bang.
Third fiddle.
Bang. Bang. This is what happens. Kenny's call kept trying to reconnect. Third fiddle. Yeah, right. Kenny's call kept trying to reconnect. It doesn't. When you hang up on somebody, you right click and you said remove from this group. That's what happens. It's just that quick. It doesn't try to reconnect the call. Kenny had serious internet issues, right? Serious internet shit. When I told him repeatedly, you can't have anybody on, and I really think you need a line check. He never did those things. I had to convince him, not unlike Huffman, to get a freaking new microphone. And
you listened to the show that he did, and he had internet issues during the fucking show yesterday.
And here's did he? And you can hear that it's kind of garbage, you know. I mean, look, I don't know what the situation. I mean, he does live near the water, I think, and I from what I told, there's parts of Long Island that are crap. But that's not my fault, and I did give him a suggestion, like tell your kids and your wife not to go on the internet for the hour that you're on, and that'll help. There was one time too where Clown called in. Everybody knows when the beta guys called in, everybody takes a back seat. That's just a fact. David knows it. Jeff knows it. Frenchie knows it, and so does Real Talk. Actually, me and Real Talk had a little bit of an issue over something like this that I had to cancel on a Sunday. And he told me my time's worth money. We fucking hashed it out. And to be perfectly honest with you, I was submissive because I knew Real Talk was right. But there's nothing I could do because beta is actually my job. It's basically what I'm planning my whole life around. And I've been very honest with that. Here's the last thing. And to me, the worst. Attack on my military service or what I claim and don't claim to be. Here it is.
And basically, we had everybody from the team on this one message board. So if anybody thought of anything or said anything, it was all.
You mean the place?
Tommy, wait. What word did he use? What word? I would have sworn.
Everybody on the. Oh, he's a teammate.
And basically, we had everybody from the team on this one message board.
Yeah, that message board where you could have signed up for a show at any time. Anytime. You could have said, "Hey, can I be on tomorrow's show?"
So if anybody thought of anything or said anything, it was all on this one board. That's how we interacted with each other. So the way that he interacted with me was on the private thing, and he would leave me voice messages. Hey,
I email everybody publicly and privately.
Kenny, we're going on live tonight at this time, or hey, blah, 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 or hey, just want to make this announcement, or anything like that. And I actually was bullshitting him with him one day about the Iraqi war and all that stuff. And believe it or not, he leaves me a message basically saying, you know, I was like kind of kissing his ass saying, you know, thank you for your service and shit. And matter of fact, I think it was Veterans Day last year or some shit. And he was like, listen, you know, this is between me and you. And I'm going to fucking reveal this now, but I'm not revealing no DMs or any private messages. But I'll tell you what he said to me.
I am. You fucking lie about me. I'm coming clean.
He's like,
or with your shit.
Like, you know, just between me and you, I never saw the front lines, and I was always like, you know, far, far away from anything that was going on because I'm a tech guy, and I was setting up like satellite systems and, you know, links to satellites and CBs, and so I never really saw any like combat at all. But you know, it's good to have it under my belt so I could use that whenever I want to.
Holy shit!
And I was like, wow.
Holy shit, huh, Jack?
Wow.
I told you that.
Wow.
My goodness.
Basically what he says to me in a whole conversation, and I'm just like, wow, you really are a limey shitbag, you know? Like, really are. You know?
Yeah.
All right, here's the deal. And this is, to me, the fucking one that rods me.
This is true.
Anybody that has listened to this show and called me and asked me about my time in the Army, you usually get a response like this. I drank booze and chased German women. I've never, not once, have said I was in the combat line. I did see some fucked up shit in a tent in Iraq, right, as far as people were hurt. But that's the closest I ever got to combat. Never was in combat.
A mortar round could come through at any time.
Good luck. There's no way Kenny said, look, just between me and you. There's no just between me and you. Because what I told you, or supposedly told you, I've told the public repeatedly. Dave was in combat. If I was spread, and this is what I'm saying, if I said to him between me and you, that means what I was saying publicly was false valor.
Let me interject just a little here. I don't know how well people think they know the relationship between Tommy and I or whatever, but I've known this man for 8 fucking years. I love him like a brother. However, if he ever pulled any fucking shit like that, I would rip his fucking ass to pieces. Not because I was in combat and he wasn't, just because it's fucking morally wrong and it makes no sense to do. And it's fairly easily checkable if you know where to look. Okay? It's
people know. Look,
Dave
repugnant. Knows people who fucking died over there. I only know people that fucking committed suicide after the fact, and they weren't even. Some of them weren't even in combat. So sitting there saying that, you know, I'm going with a public mantra that I'm some kind of fucking war hero when I've been fucking completely up with it. That A, I was a tech guy. B, I never fucking drew my weapon on anybody. And C, I basically had a friggin' great time. So there's no opposite of that. So if there is an opposite of that means what I'm telling, like between you and me, if I'm telling him that, the opposite of that is false valor. I can't fucking have that.
You can certainly infer that way. Absolutely.
Well, that's the way I feel about it. Because if I don't know how else can you mean it. If I go to him and I say privately, Dave, look, between you and me, I didn't do any of that frontline shit, right? That means the opposite is I'm telling people I'm on the front line. That's false valor. Because I was never on the front line, and I've been absolutely freaking upfront about that since all the way to the Joe Cronin show, and I talked about it about my John Cena story, which you can check out over there.
Multiple times you said this.
I've said this multiple times. Had I ever fucking lied, Dave would have fucking cut my throat. I also might have ruined my career. They wouldn't let me in a VFW. This is serious shit. These fucking false valor guys, they will follow you they will make sure you're fucked, right? Yeah. And he's sitting there saying the opposite of that. That's a problem. This is why I'm here, and this is why I'm done, all right? I had to protect my YouTube reputation because that's my work. I had to take my military reputation because that's very personal to me. And you know what? Most of you guys that have listened to this before know damn well I'm telling the truth. And I had to protect fucking Jeff. Jeff didn't do anything to them. He didn't joke on them. He didn't make fun of them. He didn't do any fucking such thing. I don't know why they had to throw Jeff under the bus. If you listen to the podcast, it's like, Jeff's not really talented.
Right, if I'm nobody, what are you going to gain from that?
Well, that's the thing. It also sounds manipulative from their part. Now, by the way, you can go listen to this podcast. That's very, very manipulative. And you could listen to Kenny's all 9 minutes of his conversation with Dave on my SoundCloud. Yeah, it's called Shot from the Point. I put all 9 minutes up there. More's coming soon. I'll put out the rest of the clips too, just so I can be completely transparent.
I want to say something on that too. This guy has already fucking broken trust with me. I don't like the whole DM thing. I don't believe in the golden rule, but I necessarily don't like the DM thing either. However, this motherfucker got very personal with me and apparently already has shared my personal DMs with the rest of his little fucking cronies that think they know shit but don't know anything over there. All right. So that is why I came forward with something that I knew could help this team because yes, I believe in this team. I don't care if you think that's corny or not. I believe in it. I say it all the time because I fucking believe it. I'll take a bullet for any one of these guys, especially Jeff Huffman, who I think is the best of all of us.
Yeah, probably.
Love that kid. Fuck, man.
So, I mean, I can't have that. I think another thing is it sounds manipulative to me because in one sense they're saying he's a no talent and then I'm mean to him and I abused him. But the same thing is like, I can see him doing this and I can see him doing that. Well, if he's a no talent, why could you see him doing anything? I know. I mean, if he's not that fucking good.
Wait, which one is it?
No, the last thing, and I'm going to give this to Jeff because Jeff's got a lot to fucking say. No threatening anybody, by the way. All right?
Relax.
All right.
I'm not gonna go
and another thing is, I'm not sending any. Let me make this 150% clear. I'm just defending myself. I'm not telling anybody to unsub, not telling anybody to attack. I'm just defending myself, my friends, my YouTube reputation, and my military reputation. Right? Last thing, Billy Ricky. I never had a fucking problem with you. I don't know what it is. I just found out that you don't like me anymore or whatever. Billy, you were a good caller. I don't know. You were never a part of this team, and I never had plans to do a podcast with you. I got to be honest with you. All I'm saying is reevaluate. Look at the evidence I put up. I think you're believing the wrong guy. Now you can go watch whatever you want to watch. Jeff, your turn.
Well, again, obviously, you don't think too highly of me. You said I have no talent and then started sucking me off later. I don't know which one it is, but if you don't think highly of me, hey, that's cool. I got plenty of other things to worry about. And, you may be right. I haven't been blessed with any talent, nor have you, Tommy or Dave. We're a bunch of amateurs doing this.
Sure.
But we've earned everything we got here on YouTube. We've earned everything we got. And obviously, Tommy, Dave, you guys have seen something in me the last 2.5 years. You could have told me to go fuck myself with a plastic spoon over the span of the past 2.5 years. But you've kept me around because you obviously see something. And I don't give myself credit for anything, really. But I'm going to give myself credit for this. When I joined 2.5 years ago, when Tommy brought me on, it did bring an element that was missing. Tommy, how long were you doing this before I joined?
About a year before that. I think it's 2012, so it was like a year and a half.
And how many viewers were you getting a show?
Oh, God, anywhere between 7 and 11.
Yeah, and...
I'm serious. I'm not trying to be like fucking humble here. It's the truth. We were only getting 20 a show when Keemstar found us. That's the truth. It's fucking, we only getting 20 a show.
Let me finish.
Maybe this is the abuse they're talking about. I don't know.
No, but, it brought something that was missing, and somehow it laid the groundwork for what you see today. Somehow it did that. And then you try to say you feel sorry for me. Well, if that's the case, I just want to thank you for all 0 times you interacted with me since you burned the bridge with us.
Ugh.
And, I also have, you could call this a talent. I have something that they don't have, and that's honesty and loyalty. Like Dave said, I will take a bullet for any one of the guys on the team. And when we disagree on something, we say what we feel, and we go about our day.
Well, here's another thing,
if I felt I was being screwed with, I would speak up. I understand my role. here. I understand that I am the filler. It's basically Tommy's role on Baited.
Which, by the way,
understand
I got to
this is
interrupt you here. This, what Jeff is accused of, is what I'm accused of the most, because of a very different role in Baited. I'm the third fucking guy. I'm not the biggest celebrity. I'm the third biggest celebrity, which was a guy with 1,000 subs. So basically, Jeff takes all the fucking shit that I get about Baited. You should talk. You should speak up to Keemstar. Stop sucking his dick. Fucking clown is this. You shouldn't let them talk all the time. He gets the same thing, because it's always a three-way conversation, and somebody's got to shut the fuck up. Right? It just sucks that way. And that's the way. And that's, you know what, Jeff puts up with it. Here's another thing about Jeff that you don't know. And something where Kenny failed miserably. Kenny's got a fucking job, and Jeff has more time. There's no doubt about it. But Jeff, he canceled half a dozen shows. How many kids on your channel, Dave? How many times did he cancel with you conservatively?
It would be 0.
I thought Woodward and Cherk he canceled.
Oh, you mean Kenny?
Yeah, Kenny. I'm sorry. I
thought you were talking about Jeff.
I'm sorry.
No,
Jeff is
Kenny?
never. Jeff canceled on me once in fucking 2.5 years. How many times did Kenny cancel on you? I apologize.
Between times that I was supposed to be doing something with him or him doing something with me, upwards of 5 times, 6 times. You know?
5. So that's pretty much what it was to me. So nobody's fucking. We could barely ever get him on. And honestly, we did have issues when he was on, because he would start with his.
Which was fine though. He understood that he had a life. I was totally fucking understanding of it. I mean,
there was a lot of okay, Kenny. All right, I gotta end the show. Kenny. It's a famous incident between him and Jeff, him and Jake Link, right? And it happened in the last broadcast. Kenny, gotta let Katie talk too. You know, this happened. But did I fucking lecture him? Did I blow up on him? Did I tell him that he fucking ruined the show? No, I said, the next time, just do that. Jeff was there for that. I got witnesses for all this shit. Now, I'm sure I'm sure Kenny will pull the fucking conspiracy card. You're just saying that because, they're just saying that because you're right there and they're fucking afraid of you. Well, here's the thing. That's just a conspiracy theory. And you're basically saying Jeff and Dave and Frenchie and Real Talk are a bunch of morons that can't speak up to me. They can walk at any fucking time. Let me prove it. I let you walk. I let fucking the only guy I ever fired was Dave Rose. By the way, because he fucked with TommyNC publicly. He didn't believe he's autistic either. Now he knows how I feel about it. That's another thing, real quick. Like I said, this is my Achilles heel. I can't fucking have somebody like that. This, by the way, that was before Keemstar I fired the guy, because I thought it was bullshit. And I didn't want a guy like that talking about TommyNC that way that was associated with me. Same thing that happened to Kenny. Yeah. Jack, he just fucking left.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine TommyNC calling you in the middle of the night, which he's prone to doing, and saying, "Well, why is your guy that works for you saying that, you know, how dare me? Can you imagine having that fucking conversation? What kind of a spot that puts it? Can you imagine him going to Keem?
It could end me.
Something
it could
like
be. It could have fucking ended me before I started.
It's
You're
not
a fucking
about
phony.
Kenny. It's not about just you. It's about the entire fucking team. Because what he didn't seem to get, maybe Jack didn't get it either. The more you do, the higher you're able to go off of this, because we never know when this rocket ship's going to fucking end.
Yeah.
The higher you go, the more it benefits all of us. Plus, we're supposed to be fucking friends, so we should want you.
I mean, we wouldn't be talking for the last 2.5 years if we just constantly lied to each other and just kicked each other in the nuts.
And that's another thing.
Fuck,
Dave, like fucking, you came last. You came in February. We had already been together almost 2 years by the time you came around, Kenny. And you did it by sucking my nuts. I got fucking hours of shit if you sucking my balls.
If you felt you were being bullshitted,
disgusting.
why didn't you speak up?
It's disgusting.
Why didn't you speak up if you felt you were being bullshitted?
Yeah, exactly. You're fucking accusing.
You've had opportunities.
I didn't think of that.
To call in live. You've had opportunities to call in live, and you
didn't do it. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Jack. You were feeling pretty strong last night when that podcast came out, because I got a deleted tweet from you. Unfortunately, I didn't fucking screenshot it. That said, when I canceled Shot from the Point Live, oh, that's too bad because I was going to call in. Guess you were feeling kind of strong because it was deleted the next day. When I saw it, I didn't think too much of it. I thought, I was like, what the fuck's wrong with him? I haven't been talking to him. He knows the situation. I don't want anything to do with him. Then when Real Talk woke me up and said, you got to see the way they're talking about fucking Jeff, right? That's when I put 2 and 2 together and I realized, that's why you made that tweet, and that's why you deleted it.
Yep.
Here's another thing real quick, too. We kept our mouth shut. And the other thing is, this is the last thing I'm going to give you to Dave. For those of you who have a problem with the golden rule, all right, with Keemstar's golden rule, I don't have it. Keem may disagree with me. We can have the debate on Baited one day. That'd be fucking fine. I don't have a golden rule. You lie about me, I'm going public with your stuff if you say something different publicly than you're sending me privately, and it makes me look bad, fuck you. I don't have a golden rule. It will always, always happen. You might not trust me, but I guarantee you will not fucking lie about me because you don't trust me enough to keep your fucking dumbass secret. And I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. So basically, don't say anything in front of me that you wouldn't say in front of everybody else, and I'll do you the same favor. All right? So, and so somebody's like, oh, you're a hypocrite because Keem. No. That's Keem's thing. And Keems has a right to it, and that's a fucking code, and that's sure. That's his. I don't care whether he follows it all the time or doesn't follow it. That's his thing. It's not mine. Never said it was. And it's never going to be because I can't have this shit floating out there. Dave, your turn. Didn't he call you what? Suicidal, for Christ's sakes?
Yes.
Yeah, you're suicidal, Dave.
As you can see, I'm clearly not really, holding it together. I want to address that, and I'm gonna. You know what? You guys know this about me. If you watch my channel, Dead on Dave Productions, by the way, almost 4,000 subscribers. Come on over. If you watch my show, and even on here, I'm very vulnerable. I open up about everything. I don't hide very much. Not to say I don't hide anything because, motherfuckers don't need to know everything, but I don't hide much, okay? Back in late August, early September, I was going through some of the worst pain that I've ever been through in the 8 years I've been hurt since all this nerve damage shit started from when I was in Iraq. I was going through a lot of shit. Kenny and I got very, very fucking close, or at least I thought we did. And I confided in him. I was high as fuck, drunk, and he asked me. I went back and I had to scavenge through these fucking voice messages, and I found it. He asked me if I was suicidal. And I told him, no, but I've been there before. I've certainly had thoughts, like many people fucking have. I have no problems admitting that. I am a vulnerable person. I've had fucking a lot of hard fucking times. And if you want to bash me for it, you want to play fucking DMs where I was fucking loopy and high, go the fuck ahead, because it just shows that you didn't give a shit about our friendship, that everything that you said was absolute fucking garbage, and you are every bit the piece of shit that you have shown yourself to be. Now, it's pretty fucking unfortunate because none of this shit needed to happen. Same thing with Jack Malay. All people had to fucking do is walk away. You got what you wanted to say out. All you had to do was walk, but you took things too far. The Valor stuff, that's one thing. You can have your opinions, whatever the fuck. You want to make shit up, Tommy's going to blast your ass for it. You want to talk about fucking Tommy being a sellout, fucking and TommyNC and all that shit, that's another thing altogether as well. Once again, you're entitled to your fucking opinion. But when you start going after Jeff Huffman, who does nothing to anybody.
This goes for you, by the way, I got to stop you. This goes for you too, Jack. I didn't say it. No, you're an accessory to it, and you had no problem saying anything about it. No. So it's not like I didn't say anything about Jeff. Yes, you did, first of all. Shit. B, you had no problems, and you didn't stick up for Jeff once. Yeah, Dave, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I have no problem.
Real quick before you finish there.
I'm getting emotional. Getting emotional.
No, I'm sorry. I was just saying I got to head out. But thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Dave.
I'm sorry you couldn't be there. We're gonna take some calls after this too. I'm sorry.
No, that's cool.
All right, buddy. Go take care.
Check out my channel at GrandSlam87 for a bunch of game streaming and fitness stuff too. And I got some supplement stuff on there that you guys might be interested in. So shoot me a tweet if you guys are interested in that.
Yeah. Don't be a no talent. Go sub Jeff.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later. And by the way, I'm going to hang up on you now. It doesn't look like it did when Kenny was on.
Stop silencing me.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. Just fucking hung up on him.
But the final thing I want to say about Jeff is this. I have no problems fucking saying that. I feel Jeff is the glue of this channel. He is an absolute fucking soldier. He constantly, he doesn't, it's not that he shuts his mouth and just does what he's told. He's just always fucking there being part of the team, whether he's agreeing or disagreeing. He understands that this is all part of something bigger. That nobody does this on their own. Nobody. And that's 100% true. And that's fucking unfortunate that shit had to go this way. And I look, I'm in agreement with fucking Tommy that the DM thing is fucking stupid. I hate doing it. But in situations like this, when you betray my motherfucking trust, because Kenny, one fucking thing I want to say to you is you knew what happened to me with the last guy that I fucking worked with. And I told you that shit would never happen.
That's, by the way, how he came to us, bashing Joe Cronin. They're like, Bo Cronin was such a piece of crap, and I'm on your guys' team. That's how he came. We believed him. We thought he was one of ours.
I promised you it would never happen again. Now, you're going to fucking learn that the hard way. This is not fucking fun to me. This is not fucking cute. I don't want to keep bantering with you and your fucking cronies on Twitter. That's why I muted you sons of bitches. It's fucking pointless. You guys want to have your opinions, have your fucking opinions, but your false narrative stops today. The bullshit stops today. I'm fucking tired of it, man.
Speaking of bullshit, we kept our mouth shut about both of Jack Malay's careers. The fact that he was a school teacher. And the only reason we're bringing it up right now is because he told us that, after the fact, that he had to unsub us and unfriend us and all this stuff and not tell us that why he was doing it because he was a school teacher. The other reason he gave that I just popped in my fucking head is he was going for a secret clearance as a warrant officer. Ooh, Tommy. Yeah, he shouldn't be telling us that to begin with. Both me and fucking Dave know that. Here's the thing about that. Here's the thing about that. Again, he didn't tell me he was going for a secret clearance. That was probably the best fucking excuse that he could have given me, right? And said, look, I gotta get out of here. I'm going for a warrant, right? And me and Dave know what going for a warrant means.
Totally fucking understands that.
But he never told us. He never told us. He got back on Twitter in October and started calling me a coward and a sellout. That's what happened. So, yes. We kept his military career secret. He's in the Coast Guard. He's not a fucking veteran. He says at some point, I don't pull that card. Well, you can't. You're not a vet. You're a fucking serviceman. It's a big difference. By the way.
So the fuck what, even if you do pull the vet card, Tommy? Jesus fucking Christ, man.
I mean, look, this show is about my life, and we still, live, only a handful of miles from the military base, and it was a big part of my life, and I liked it. And most of the time, I talk about sex and fucking booze and partying. I mean...
Keep in mind that's where you met me, which is
playing poker,
the most
getting
significant
drunk,
moment of your life. Most significant moment of your life.
It might turn out to be. I mean, all right, we're gonna take phone calls now. Remember, we only take phone calls. We don't take them via. We don't take them. We either take them in Discord, which is in the description box below, or we take them on the actual phone itself, assuming it works, which it only works half the fucking time. Who's in the waiting to call area? God,
I'm still kind of mad at you. I just sit through that entire 40 fucking minutes of goddamn garbage.
We tried to
I took notes.
Oh, shit. Notes. Check this out. Push the tongue. Fucking, Discord's not working.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
That's not good.
No, Discord's not working.
Tap it a little bit more. That'll fix it.
I know. Well, it makes me feel better. But if you want to call the 718 number, God, I hope it works. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to end this stupid show.
Well, I know that there are a few people who want to call in that's been in the chat for a while. I don't know if you've seen some of them. Some of you know, so just keep an eye out for some of those names.
I'm trying to think. I just I can't get the. Yeah, it's not working. Maybe I should just. I don't know.
Tap it some more. Wait, tap it again. Tap it again. It might work.
Shut the fuck up.
Tap it one more time.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, it's me treating you like shit.
Oh wait, exposed video. It's coming.
Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna read you a few more tweets, and if you really want it, I mean, after I fucking found out all this shit, this is what Jack actually said to me, within a couple hours ago. What are you two talking about? Attacked your friends? I don't know where all this is coming from, man. But let's get one thing straight. I have never had beef with you, and there is no feud or bad blood with me. I got this today at 2:00 Central European time. Please, I defy you. Go listen to the friggin' podcast with Kenny and Jack, and tell me, please, tell me, there's no beef or bad blood. This is what he continued to do that, and he's maintained the narrative. I can't even motherfucking answer phone calls. That's unbelievable. I really apologize. No, it's on both ends because I had a fucking glitch going into this. As far as what you call it's concerned. God damn.
Internet.
And then it makes me look like a big fucking pussy. You know, I'm not taking fucking phone calls, but I can't add anybody.
You can't even sign into Discord.
I can sign in, but I can't drag and drop anybody because the microphone's...
They're saying you're not even signed in.
Well, maybe.
You're saying you're not even signed in.
That might be the fucking problem.
You weren't signed in, Jack.
Hold on a second. Online.
Holy shit.
Voice. No, it's still... No, nothing.
Tap it some more.
Check.
There's not enough taps.
Fuck off. Oh, man. And I can't add anybody to groups. All right. There's one last thing I think I can do, and I've pretty much, voice activity. It's just fucked. You know,
if you want to take a few calls, you can drop me. You want to drop me?
No, I don't. Why? Do you want to go?
No, but it's all about you. What have I been saying the entire time? Team.
Check. Oh, wait a minute. Discord looks like it's working.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah,
It was
okay.
the
Discord
taps.
looks like...
It was the taps.
Ah, fuck, man.
It was
All
the
right,
taps.
all right. Who am I going to put in? Duster, you're on the air. No, I can't hear them.
Duster,
yeah, I knew this is going to fucking happen. Duster, can you hear us, buddy? Oh, maybe that was him. The amazing Irish lad. You're on the air?
Yellow.
Yeah, man. What's up, dude?
Can't hear him.
Right, so you were just talking, and you were on about, like, how those guys were saying that you wanted to be, like, you know, you didn't want to be around guys with hair and all.
Oh, you're fading out, dude. I didn't want to be around what?
I can't hear him at all, Tommy.
You can't hear him at all? Hold on a second. Man, fucking...
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, no, it's not you. It's not you. It's probably us. All right. Talk. Can you hear the Irishman? Talk, Irishman.
Hello?
You can't hear him at all.
I heard a little bit of something there.
Say it again. Say Irish. Say, I love the wolf tones. Loud.
I love the wolf tones.
You didn't hear that?
Nothing. No, the chat can't hear him either.
Oh, the chat can't hear him.
No, there's. I'm citing operator error.
Check. 1, 2. All right. Can you hear? Talk now. Amazing.
Yo, hello?
There he is.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead, Irishman.
All right, so you were talking about, you know, they were on about, oh, you, like, you know, you only cared about becoming famous and all that. Like, I remember on your stream, I was watching about a month ago, Colossal and Keem were in it, and so was Dave, and I think Jeff was in it as well. And you told them to leave just so you could talk to Dave and Jeff on their own,
I think that happened last week.
Their show.
Yeah, like both of them, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had the balls to do that yet. But I mean, yeah, I have done that. And I had to talk to Colossal recently. Like, I didn't chase you off the air because look, that's my bread and butter. They know that they know that. And Clown said to me, "Is like, you know, you worry about shit that you really shouldn't have to worry about. You're just freaking out over fucking nothing." But yeah, they do have. Thank you very much, 3969. You killed Kenny. Thank you. Well, yeah. I'm really glad you noticed that, Irishman. But it's true. There's no doubt that those guys take priority. And tomorrow we're not going to even have a stream because I'm recording Beta with Zoe.
I'm still talking, but I can hear nobody now.
Nobody.
No, I'm not.
No, not you. It's fucking shit, man. What the fuck happened? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Oh, fuck. Dude, everything's fucked in the ass. I'm going to have to let you go, dude. I'm sorry.
All right, that's grand. Well,
fuck. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hang up on you. Everything's screwed. This happened right before the show. I think it's actually a driver issue, and I'm going to have to reinstall the fucking drivers on, what do you call it? Hey, can you hear me now? How about now?
Hear you now, yes.
Yeah, but nobody can hear anybody else. And the only way we can do this is if, all right, shot from the point, one word on Skype. I think I can take them that way. This is the last thing I can do. And, we've already been on an hour, dude. And I think we fucking,
But the chat wants Gizmo. So 200 likes will get more Gizmo humping. If not, you get no Gizmo humping.
Yeah, I don't think I can do this. It's just too fucked. And you guys know I've had problems with this shit in the past. I can't believe that. Oh, you know what the problem might be? I don't know why I'm having such a fucking problem today. That's what I really don't understand. Check. Oh,
because you're very upset.
I suppose, but I mean,
I can just hear
not
how
that
distraught
simple.
you are.
What's that?
I can hear how distraught you are.
I am distraught. Can you hear how distraught I am now?
I can hear it. Yes.
Yes, right now you can hear me.
I can hear you, and I can hear me.
All right. Can you hear the music? Hold on. Did you hear the music?
Yes.
All right. That means
Yes,
we can
I
have fucking calls. Ahmed, you're on the air. Ahmed said fuck off. Too Tall, you're on the air. Too Tall said fuck all. I don't even know that. All right, we're done.
Yeah. We're really bad at our jobs.
Oh, God. No. Fuck. I mean, look, and you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to get off the phone and I'm going to start screaming at Dave. Because I'm such a
basically.
and tell him how he fucked up.
I'm used to it, though. I kind of like it. I bring out the nipple clamps. It's a whole thing.
I think I might be able to put Pure through. And that's what I'm going to try to do, actually. All right, Pierre's gonna be our last call. All right, I can get him through on because he's directly on. He's directly on fucking my whatchamacallit. Pierre Pustinen, you're on the air.
All right, good.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to make this quick because it's 12 a.m. and
I got you. We got to go right out. We're going right after this too. But go ahead, shoot.
That video they made, the first podcast that they made, the 42 minute long, it was fucking terrible. I mean, ugh. I mean, all the points they made were basically fabricated evidence, pathetic, childish lies, and then just personal attacks. I mean, come on.
I didn't really care about that.
Like,
you know, well, here's the thing. What? Yes, dude, that all happened, and we were aware of that. We just let it slide because it was just like basically a bunch of personal attacks, right? And by the way, if you notice, Kenny wasn't on that original podcast, not at all. He cut a deal with Real Talk, right? That he wouldn't attack me and I wouldn't attack him. So his solution to the fucking problem was Kenny took off that day and his other two cronies attacked me and he went to Real Talk. Really, Real Talk told me this, right? He went to Real Talk and said, hey, I lived up to my end of the bargain.
I didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything. I swear to fucking God. You can't tell because they all sound the same over there. But that's exactly what happened. And I didn't fucking do anything about it. I did something about it when they attacked Jeff and really the whole crew. I should have said the whole crew because it wasn't really just Jeff. But Jeff was
but they
brought
named
up
him
the
by
most.
name, and I think everybody else knows that we also have their back as well. But he was named by name.
I'm a prick off fucking line. That's not fucking true. You know, Kenny's a liar. I don't say what I am military wise. I mean, this guy, it's like you told me probably, he made me out like I'm running around saying I got the Medal of Honor. It's just not true.
I mean, that felt funny as hell. Like, yeah, the 5-star General Tommy C. Like, come on.
He said that?
Plus, other thing that I really hated was that Jack Mulay came to me like, how am I a backstabber? How am I a backstabber? I've been always fair to Tommy. Then I look at I listened to the podcast, and it was basically just shit talk about you and your friends. And I go to the comments. I see his comment, like, saying, good job. And then he accepts the interview with the guys. I'm like, really, dude? Really? Like, you didn't backstab? Come on.
Well, here's another fucking thing too, because and this is why did Jack? We know why fucking Kenny did this. Kenny fucking thought that if how did Tommy get famous? Even though I'm not really famous, right? He's like, hey, you got to fight with Keemstar. What do we got to do? We got to get in a fight with somebody too, right? And he's like, get a fight with Tommy. Makes perfect fucking sense. So I think Kenny at some level wanted this. Jack, just jealous. And you know why I know that? Because Terry tweets out me and Dave's and Jack's stuff and pretty much everybody else she likes. She always retweets all our stuff. She told me every time she retweeted something about me, she would say something obnoxious. Like, that guy's sexy. Oh, that guy's so good. That's good. And she had to fucking slap him in line and say, hey, look, she actually said, don't be Joe Cronin, right? He said, don't friggin' tell me who to like and who not to like. He's like, Tommy doesn't do this. He goes, you're the only one doing this. And Jack apologized. In fairness to him, he did apologize to her, but he just shows him, like, every time she would retweet something about me, she'd make a crack. He'd make a crack, and then fucking Terry had to slap him on the line. And by the way, she gave me permission to talk about that. So it was just jealousy. Jack was just jealous and angry that he fucking blew it. By the way, it's not my problem. And Kenny thought this was a trip to the fucking big time, but he didn't cross all his T's and dot all his I's. And both of them believed they had something on me. They don't have anything on me. Nothing.
I mean, look. In fairness to them, their tactics would have worked if they were like a lot bigger channel than you, because then the people would be just lazy to check it out.
No, sure. You're absolutely right.
You still have like 20K or 28K, so it doesn't really work. And they have like, what, 125?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, the last message I got from him today is like, fine, anytime you want to hash it out like adults, let me know. You fucking... We had that chance.
I brokered a goddamn agreement.
Yeah, I
broke an agreement between you and fucking Jack.
And by the way, the agreement was that I couldn't talk shit about Jack. The agreement was this. If I tell you, because he goes, you owe me an explanation. You owe me an explanation. I know him an explanation, even though he didn't give me one, right? I was like, well, you go the fuck away? And when he got the explanation, he was like...
I did. I went to fucking Jack and I said, look, will you stop this stupid shit if I get you an explanation from Tommy? I will have him fucking write you. And after some more exposition, he fucking said, yes, I will do that. He agreed to it. Tommy did it the next morning.
He didn't like it.
And Jack's still going. And
Jack was basically still going. You know, and then he basically said the 40-year-old guy got unfriended on Facebook and he's acting like a teenage girl. It wasn't.
Yeah, I
just
hated that.
Us.
I hated that.
It was, and you know that narrative wasn't true because you already knew the inside from the. You always knew me from the inside. And by the way, I'm not always pleasant. I know me and you've had a fight off the air, Pure. I know me and Dave have been playing, but I can be a dick, but I am not as big a dick as they say I am.
Yeah, I mean, they were painting you like some kind of a demon. I was like, who the fuck are they talking again? I mean,
At one point, they fucking called you a Nazi and made Hitler impressions. Okay, let's not fucking sugarcoat this.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, you were.
I'm watching this with my German fucking wife, and her goddamn jaw drops when he starts fucking Hitlering it up.
And by the way, he stole that from Dave Rose. Dave Rose has been saying that for the better part of a year and a half. You know, that what a Nazi I was.
You know you're bad when you're copying Dave Rose.
Yeah. You know, it's like he's just went into fucking denial, and then he said, "Like I don't want what happened to Pure. I don't want to have that to happen to me. It didn't happen when you quit. You know, it just didn't happen. I was afraid, Pure. I was afraid about my kid. What the fuck does his wife giving birth have anything to do with him not telling me why he unfriended me and wasn't around? I think it was a personally reasonable assumption that he didn't want to be around us anymore,
which is fine.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
fine by me, but when you come back thinking that you're entitled to something, then that's fucking wrong.
That was his whole thing. He didn't like go to the DMs like, look, dude, I want to come back. Had he done that, I'm like, yeah, I probably would have looked the other fucking way because there was no public spat at that point. But he went right publicly, and his excuse was like, well, there's only 200 people. It doesn't fucking matter. You're calling me a freaking sellout? You're saying like, hey, look at. And by the way, I saw that fucking prick over in Boston sitting there liking those tweets. Yeah, he gets on a big podcast. He doesn't remember his friends. Well, that's a fucking false narrative. Unfriending you on Facebook and the reason I got rid of you, that's a false narrative. This is all false narrative, Jack.
He was putting it on me on the DMs very hardly that it was only about that.
Yeah, it's a lie. It's a fucking lie. The time-stamped friggin' DMs. I told him that. Hey, by the way, your DMs say something different. No, I didn't say anything to Jeff. Your podcast says something different. I don't know why you have a problem with me. I said it.
One excuse he gave to me was that it wasn't on his channel. Like I was like, really?
Oh yeah. Oh god. So it's like if I go on your fucking channel and you say a bunch of pro-Nazi stuff, like I'm not culpable at all. Oh, he doesn't know me. You know, if you said that, I don't know, I'd hang up. You know, I mean, that's what a fucking child is. He told me a child. That's a childish ass excuse.
Nah, but Kenny's the bigger child. Come on. I mean,
here's the thing. Kenny is dumb as a box of fucking rocks. He's incapable. That's how you know somebody's really dumb. They can't learn. Kenny couldn't fucking learn a fucking thing. Jack has zero excuse. And I think I'm going to end on this fucking note, all right? I said this about grade A under Ed, right? His lying, false narrative about Keemstar. I wouldn't want a guy like that teaching my kid. And I tell you something. If he is teaching people in the greater Chicago area, he is, I'll say the same exact thing. Jack Belay should be nowhere near children after he did to my team and what he did to me. See ya.
Got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she bout to catch a pedigree. Chi-town to King's home. Slapping fives, black stones. 6 mile to danger zones. Bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me read them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle. I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a headlock.
Whatever you experience is all.